Hello everyone. Today we are gonna learn about smart ways to think in English. Let us start. When you can think in English, you can process language more quickly and participate in conversation more easily. Let's find out how to do it. However, this is not easy because many students across the world are taught English at school with grammar translation methods. It seems logical to learn a language, especially at beginner levels, by translating. Unfortunately, this creates a habit that later is hard to break. However, it is essential you learn to break this habit. If you want to start thinking in English, speak fluently and answer questions quickly in the IELTS speaking test. Here we are going to look at 7 smart things you can start doing today to start thinking in English. Let's begin. Hi, this is Mohammed, your English trainer. The number 1 is think in English by surrounding yourself with English. I would say the first step of thinking in English is to surround yourself with English. This doesn't have to mean living in an English-speaking country, although that is great if you can. You can do it by giving yourself time every day where you only hear and see English. You can start with 10 minutes every day and then move up to 30 minutes and hour or more, whatever you can manage. See this as fun and enjoyable, not study. So I am talking about doing the following in English: listening to a podcast, listening to the radio, listening to some songs, reading a book or magazine, reading a blog post or website you like, watching YouTube videos, watching a film or TV series. As you do this, you can do any or some of the following: passively listen, repeat words you hear or see, repeat phrases you hear or see. Why this is important? Passive listening takes away any stress and helps you absorb the language better. Repeating words and phrases gets you to active new vocabulary, so you can start using it fluently. By only seeing and hearing English, you start to move away from translation to thinking in English. The second one is only use words you know. When speaking in English, sometimes students want to express an idea but lack the vocabularies, so they go and look it up in a dictionary. This is one way to build vocabulary, but it does not build fluency. A great way to improve fluency and to start thinking in English to only use words you know when speaking. I know this sounds strange to you. That is too simple. It is simple, and that is the beauty of it. By not having a struggle with new words or looking for translation, you can focus just on fluency. Also, because you are using words you already know, you never need to translate. You just practice using the words when you come across an idea you want to express, but you lack the words. You must find a way around it, just using the words you know, or give up the idea and say something else. The third one is start small and build up. A common technique to start thinking in English is to see an object and say the word to yourself in English. You see this picture above and you say to yourself the words that you see and know For example, yoga, plants, t-shirts, lights, mats. Again, don't start looking up new words. Just say in you in your head that words you know. You can do this whenever you have a minute or two of dead time. For example, waiting in line, communicating on the train. Instead of having a picture, you just look around yourself and say in your head what you see. The first secret is to build the daily habit. Even 1 minute a day is enough to start. The second secret is to start small and build up following this order: words, collocations, phrases. So start with words as in the example above. Then use collocations, two or more words then commonly go together. For example, with my picture above, yoga mat, blue t-shirt, indoor plants, bright lights. Then move to short phrases. For example, there is a yoga mat. She is wearing a blue t-shirt. The indoor plants are nice. Remember, keep it simple and only use words you already know. As you start small with words and build up to phrase. Talk to yourself. In the exercise above, you have been saying words in your head, and now in addition to that, you need to start actually saying words out loud. Again, the goal is not to build vocabulary. It is to start building the habit of thinking in English. The Russian psychologist Lev suggested that inner speech thinking comes from the internalization of your real voice speaking. Now, it is not very natural to describe what you see out loud. We only really do that in classroom. So more realistic and meaningful activities could be, for example, saying you are feeling and reaction to different situations, just as saying that is a silly hat. When you see your neighbors in the street, describing your plan for the day. Describe an activity you are doing, reviewing what you have done today. Write in English. When it comes to think in English, I think the active skill of writing complements the active skills of talking, even to yourself, in creating an English environment that will help you think in English. Of course, the way we speak and write are quite different, and I do not encourage you to speak like you write, but there is some research suggesting speaking and writing are connected and can influence each other. Personally, I have found writing words, especially in Chinese, helps me enormously to think and use that word by adding a visual element to the audio sound I have in my head. Here are some simple things you can start writing: shopping list, messages to family, post it to yourself, a diary, a blog. When you do the above, you are first thinking, then reinforcing the learning and use of the language by writing it down. This in turn helps you think more in English. Practice with others. In English, we say we have expression in English. The proof is in the pudding. This means only when you do something can you see if it really works. So it's good to practice thinking when alone. You also need to practice it in conversation with others. The more you engage in conversation in English with the students, teachers, or friends, the more you will have the chance to practice thinking in English as you speak. Have some conversation where you just focus on thinking in English in other cases. Follow the tip above about only using words you know. Keep it simple. Next and the final one is be monolingual. Finally, one of the biggest changes I made in learning to think in a foreign language, especially when I was learning French and Spanish, was to switch from using a bilingual dictionary, French to French. To this was a critical step because it forced me to stop translating and encouraged me to think in French. Yes, it was difficult and it it took more time to use. But when I started to notice the benefits, I carried on using it. Another expression we have in English is there is no such thing as a free lunch. This means you have to pay to get some benefits. You cannot just start thinking in English overnight. It is not a magical transformation. It takes time and effort. Like using the monolingual dictionary, and above all, it takes practice. However, the rewards are huge. So start trying some of the steps above and see the change start to happen. Let me know more in the comments below your experience with thinking in English or any other questions you have. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, as next lesson will be give you a good speaking skill with me.